sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
I just choked down chocolate chip cookies and Grandpa's femur. Femur.
We make money now?
No, we had to pay
So
them.
this episode, it's just too slippery. I'm slicing everything.
Every time I swing my 5-iron, it goes up that guy's ass.
Welcome to the Sad Dads Club podcast. Here's your host, Jim and Foo.
Are we recording?
Yeah,
We're on. Okay.
We're good. You're 30 seconds deep.
So I'm balls deep.
Yeah.
So back in the day,
Okay.
my brother was in this band called Burn Baby Burn.
Okay.
And it was kind of a big deal especially back in the day. But the singer was a very kind of famous punk rock singer named Kevin Seconds, and he was in a band called 7 Seconds. I don't know if you've heard of them or not, but
No.
so Kevin was the front man for Burn Baby Burn. This was in the early 90s, mid early 90s.
Okay.
And Sean, my brother, was a guitar player, and he heard that Burn Baby Burn needed a bassist. So he was like, fuck yeah. And he learned all the songs and went and tried out
Okay.
and got the gig.
Nice.
And then like sold all of his guitar shit and bought a bass and a half stack, and then practiced with they practiced in our living room.
Okay.
It was kind of cool to have Kevin Seconds there. This is like a dude that I grew up listening to. It was like, you know. So anyways, they did a lot of shows because he was Kevin Seconds. So it's like, who wouldn't book him?
Right.
So one of the shows they did was at the IBM in San Francisco, like on Haight or Ashbury or one of the two. I don't remember.
Right.
And I remember I would always go roadie. I always help take equipment and stuff. And they were doing sound check, and I remember the guy was up on stage doing check 1 2 3 check syphilis check 1 2 gonorrhea syphilis
Right.
elephantitis of the balls syphilis gonorrhea check 1, and it was just fucking, I was dying. It was hilarious.
Those are all plosives. Syphilis?
Yeah. That's probably why. 'Cause it
Elephantitis
probably
of the balls.
boosts the meters up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was funny stuff. That was a long time ago now.
Yeah, now it's... I mean, or you could just be, looking for an excuse to say elephantitis of the balls.
Well, yeah.
That way, when you decide
that should come up in regular conversation with anybody. Like if you're on a Zoom call with work.
And they're like, wow, Jim, where'd you get the flesh-colored beach balls, buddy? And you're
no, not like that. It'd be like...
You're like, well, actually,
blue? No.
They're my balls.
That's not just a beige polo shirt.
No, it's not. No, that's not chest hair.
No, I think it'd be like, does anybody have the stats on the current sales report? And be like, I've got my elephantitis of the balls.
Yeah.
Just work it right on into the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I submitted a couple new bugs. Also, elephantitis of the balls.
Exactly.
Like,
or I wrote a bug on elephantitis. So I was testing this, and suddenly elephantitis of the balls.
Yeah. Are any of the vendors on the line? Elephantitis of my balls. It's like, hello? Someone just dropped the call.
Yeah. So that leads us right into episode 86.
I'm glad you counted because I did not.
For once?
That totally blanked.
Welcome to the show.
The Sad Dads Club podcast.
And I'm Jim.
I'm the Foo.
And we're going to take you for about an hour-long ride.
Yes. I mean, not each other, but...
Well, not... No. No, I said we're...
Oh, yeah.
As in you and I are going to take them for a ride.
Oh. Hey.
With our elephant
balls. Not that kind of studio, but all right.
I mean, it could be.
We
just need some mood lighting.
Yeah, there's a harness around here
maybe
somewhere.
Some satin sheets on the couch. Anyway. So, yeah, welcome to the show. Don't forget, you can get us.
iTunes.
No,
Google. It's not. It's not.
It's Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
Google Podcasts.
Now, I was going to say the Google one. However, I just got, or Venus did, Google Music
Uh-huh.
is transitioning to YouTube Music.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I
All
can't
right.
say that I've been paying attention to those emails, so that'll be interesting too. How that works its way over. Like, I don't understand why you would
I think
do
it
that.
just propagates there regardless. It's a like
I
a
would hope
publishing.
so. Like,
it's a publishing thing.
It's
from
one of
a-
those things where I haven't really given much consideration to, like, my music library. At the time, when that came out, they were you could import your entire, because people, way back then, when we were talking about CDs and whatnot, you would buy a
'em.
CD and you would rip it to MP3.
Yeah, which
And
is
then-
still my preferred method.
And then you would have like a huge, monstrous collection of MP3s. At the time when Google Music came out, they didn't have any DRL issues with bring your entire library. We'll import it into our stuff. They
How
didn't
does that
care.
work? I mean,
It was just like
what if you just got a bunch of stolen shit?
they didn't care. Some of my stuff wasn't from mine.
You downloaded all this stuff on Napster? Bring it on. We don't care.
That was pretty much it.
Wow.
Yeah, because mine, I had, way back then when I was doing, torrents and stuff. Oh, absolutely. It was like, fuck, what album was that I don't have anymore? They got stolen or, I didn't have. Rip it from a torrent. Pirate Bay.
Well,
And,
I know, but I mean, so when you upload your stuff to Google, right?
I think it's
Is it sharing it also, or is it
No.
just your
No.
current just your data?
your data.
I got you.
So I think you have like your own original source. Like you almost get like a drive
Just a space
on their stuff, and then it collates along with like albums that I've purchased
you've got.
from Google.
Yeah.
And then you
Okay.
have your like your subscription service, which is what I have, like
So-
a $9.99, and I get stream whatever the fuck I want.
So it's basically like iTunes, but with cloud storage.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I don't know how that would work, because I still have on the I got into that over the weekend too. I still have a huge collection of MP3s that's almost just like a backup. I haven't necessarily had to leverage them to play stuff from it in quite a long time, but I also have iTunes,
Yeah.
Piper's iPhone and whatnot. I don't know how that works with iTunes. If I gave you a USB stick
Yeah.
with 2 gigs of MP3s from various CDs,
Yep.
how does that,
You just dump them into iTunes and then have it sync with your phone.
and is there licensing stuff? So it would be the same then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you brought your own files to the table.
And then you destroy the MP3 or the USB stick, iTunes would have your...
Yeah, because when you import stuff, it actually copies it into the iTunes library and like organizes it for you.
Oh, okay.
And then the app is just the front end for what's in your
Does
folder.
it do any sort of license check
No.
against the MP3s themselves?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Oh, see.
I have MP3s that I got
I
from
want
other
to say,
people.
I thought that was a thing. Like, people were concerned that Apple was going to do, like, a license check against music that you...
How would you? How would
well,
you-
at
how
the
would they ever
time,
know?
some of those MP3s had licenses in some form or fashion, like, baked into them.
Well, Apple has their own. When you buy stuff on the Apple music store or whatever, iTunes, you don't download an MP3, you download an Apple AAC file.
Right. Now, yeah.
And that's
if
got
you're-
encryption in it.
Yes.
And it's tied to your account that you purchased it from.
Okay.
So if you
But an
take that
import-
file and give it to somebody else, when they try and play it, it's going to ask for
Hey, do
me
you
to
wanna-
log into
Oh,
their
yeah,
computer.
Yeah.
Now that makes sense, right?
Yes, that makes sense.
Um,
So a net new purchase within the music program,
Yeah.
I would wager on both platforms probably,
Probably has that encryption on
I
it.
don't know. Actually, I don't.
But I
Because
think
I have downloaded it, because you get like 3 downloads. I don't think it is. You can get 3 direct downloads of a song that you purchase off Google Music
Mm-hmm.
that
Now, what do
I
you-
don't think have
any
Any
control.
any encryption or
I
licensing attached to
thought, now that we're talking about this, I want to say that at some point Apple transitioned away from that, but I'm not 100. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100%.
them? Yeah.
I don't care. I buy stuff. It goes on my phone. I copy it to my phone. My phone's got a crap ton of music on it. I probably have 5,500 songs on there.
Yeah.
Because I use it in the car, right?
Right.
Instead of streaming, I just play music off of the right out
off
right
the
out
device.
of the phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there. That's an evolution for me. So because having multiple little, cassette-sized or smaller, and if you don't know what a cassette is, we're dating ourselves. Cassette-sized MP3 players along the way, right? You take your pick. Manufacturer had one, and then they were a dime a dozen once they figured out just a simulated player and like small amount of memory inside a thing.
right.
See, I only stream at this point.
Okay.
I used to keep stuff local.
Mm-hmm.
But I have such a large library that it started to get problematic for me to like copy some stuff over out of the bunch, and then I would get lazy. And this happened a lot playing Ingress. I would have a like 3 or 4 USB sticks with like a mixtape kind of thing on them.
Right.
And then I would get so busy, or I would just rotate them, and then the music gets
Stale
and old. It wasn't until I think I bought into the Google Music program, where I'm like, I have so much data through my cellular service, and at the time playing Ingress, I had a Google Fi. My Verizon account and AT&T MiFi.
Right.
I had no shortage of data services.
Right.
So I could just hotspot or cross leverage one, and I sort of just I got used to that, and I stopped keeping localized
copies of your
copies. And I'll be perfectly honest, while I can notice a difference when I'm in the car with road noise and my windows down, am I really jonesing for a master quality audio rip? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Could I hear one in a perfect scenario with really good headphones and be like, "Oh wow, boy, that's a high quality rip"?
Yeah.
Yes, I could.
Yeah.
But my fuck
Are a
tier
little less.
just started like, now I'm more about the drive.
I just need the music.
I just need a beat.
The fidelity is.
Yeah, the fidelity kind of gets lost in a wash. No, if the older I get, if I'm in like a really high end sedan, and I'm not so much, I'm like a touring kind of thing, touring drive. I'm not ripping corners and whatnot. I think when I get to that tier, I'll probably care more about the fidelity. But at this point, I don't.
I mean, what I do is I have a fairly large collection of CDs, and I still have them that have, for the most part, been ripped. Most of the crap I really care about has been ripped.
Yeah.
And then that all gets loaded into iTunes, and then that stuff gets synced with my phone, and then and then I'll manage that too. There's a way to manage what stuff gets put on your phone. So there's certain things like I don't give a crap is on there. There's a bunch of stuff on my phone that's on there that I don't know how it got on there, that I didn't. It's not my music. It's like it was like my son's music or whatever. And that's irritating as shit when Kanye West or some shit comes on. I'm just like, I want to shoot somebody.
Poop-de-doop.
Yeah, scoop de poop.
Poop-de-scoop-de-doop.
Yeah. So
buy my Yeezys.
There's a bunch of that kind of crap on there that I need to figure out how to get off, because I haven't been able to figure out where to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And I think I have to do that from the phone itself, in the music app. But
what's interesting to me too is since the advent of digital versions of albums and whatnot, and certainly movies as well, in reorganizing and then like redoing the living room and whatnot, we went through an entire bookcase of DVDs that.
What are we doing with them?
We don't. No one goes to the DVD cabinet and puts in a disc into something. It's I either have it on Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, or Disney Plus at this point.
And quite honestly, if it's not a Blu-ray, at least I don't want to watch. If it's a DVD, forget it.
No.
If it's standard def DVD, forget that shit.
Yeah.
If it is a Blu-ray, okay, I can handle that.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
At least. So is it the advent? My purchases are way down.
Yeah.
Because I would just, we would go to Best Buy.
Oh,
and like, ooh, what came out? And like, buy.
Mm-hmm.
Or the new album of something, buy.
Oh,
then we would rip an album, a music album, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like rip it and then put it on a Zune or, some sort of MP3 player or whatever.
Zune.
Yeah, hell yeah. Those are awesome.
Did you have the brown one?
I think so. At some point.
Okay, I'm just curious.
I had a really clean UI though.
Did it?
I did. It was really good. Anyway, but movies I would just collect. It was grotesque.
Yeah, we have a lot of movies.
I'm like, I would never, it was probably maybe a couple of years back. It was one of the first times I made, now that Xander was like of age and some of his infant, really childish toys like needed to,
start scooting,
evolve out.
Mm-hmm.
We had a talk. It's like, there are kids that don't have these many toys and you don't seem to play with these and we can donate these to someone that could use them.
Yep.
And, he has a hard time with it because he has like a real visceral attachment to his things. Even if he's not using them, he seemed to always have like a very visceral attachment to his stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, it's okay. Someone else will use these. And, and then a day later, I'm going in the living room to turn on Xbox, and I look at this large DVD bookcase that's full, side to side, top to bottom, hundreds of dollars worth of DVDs that I have not watched in probably 5 to 6 years.
Well, that's the problem, right, with all this stuff. Like, you collect it, and then it becomes kind of obsolete to a certain extent. And we have shitloads of like old Disney video cassettes, VHS.
Yeah.
We have a shitload of them that
you
were
have a
like
VCR?
We have like 2 of them still. We haven't used them in years.
Right. Yeah.
But it's like we have this thing at the foot of our bed that's just full of tapes. Full of them, and they're all like vaulted. Only come out like once every
Venus
fucking 35 years.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Venus does that too, and I actually put those almost like baseball cards because I understand that there's a method to that madness as far as the vaulting and the collections go. I don't think she's still doing that. Are they still releasing stuff onto VHS
I don't
tapes
think
out of
VHS.
I don't think so either. So the stuff that is between your house and whatever Venus has somewhere, I treat those like baseball cards. Now,
and they're
if you've got 310 to Yuma and 2 copies of fucking Falling Down and Avatar in not Blu-ray, like my house was, I'd be like, it's time to let some stuff go, bro.
Well, the thing about those VHS tapes is they're big and bulky. So they take up a bunch of room, and they're tapes. So if you put them somewhere where the heat can get to them, you're just going to destroy them. So it's like they have to be in the house somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're going to have them like temperature controlled,
they might be right there.
Yeah, but in the garage, it probably gets pretty warm in here in the summer.
Yeah,
all summer long.
It's not like you. And at this point, knowing that, plus the age of VHS tapes, it's like you're never going to put that in a VCR anyway. Why would you?
Probably not.
That would be stupid. What if it had any monetary value as something that's a collectible,
Well,
that
and-
would be a fucking mistake.
When was the last time you looked up what the value was on any of the stuff? You know, the other ones that I'm talking about is like video games, like old consoles that you've had that are obsolete.
I don't.
Like,
Oh well,
I have-
I have
we have
old
PS2
Xboxes.
games. I just ran across all of my DS and my DS games. I had a bag full of DS games. There was
I think we
probably a
gave
stack this tall.
we gave ours to the girls, Brett and Kim's girls. Hashtag hi Brett. Hashtag hi Kim. To the girl, you know.
Yeah.
Same scenario.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no way. I'm not gonna. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with these. You either, give it to the kids who can take it to GameStop and get, a trade in on it.
Right.
Or in our case, we gave it to the kids. It's like, I have, Animal Crossing. I have sentimental attachment to Animal Crossing,
Right.
sure, but not enough to keep a I'm never going to play this on that DS, and I'm not going to play it anymore.
Well,
I
let's
caught all
put
the
it this
fish.
way. I powered the thing up. It had been sitting in a drawer for I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
It came right up. And I was like, oh,
Well, yeah.
maybe I'll charge this motherfucker and play some DS
it's,
games.
it's not Windows 98. It'll run.
Yeah, no, it's just weird though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know I had this many. There was a bag full of games. Like, what? My daughter's like, you have Zelda.
Wow.
I want to play that. I'm like, okay, but if it goes missing, I've written it down. But
Yeah.
you took it on this date.
I cataloged it. Here, you got to check it out. Yeah, sign here.
So many.
It's your new lease.
But I mean, you have VHS tapes, you got DVDs that are like basically obsolete now.
Yeah.
And then you have they're shitty formats. Like VHS is just
Yeah.
the garbageous quality, right? But back then that's what we had. So
Right.
you bought VHS tapes and
Yeah.
you bought DVDs.
Yeah.
And DVDs were magical because they were so clear.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But then, and like I said, the old console games, like we hang on to this stuff. It's like, I haven't used this. Am I ever gonna? I mean,
Yeah.
I have an N64 that I fire up maybe once a year and I play. What do I play? Mario.
64 is
Mario
the
64?
one with the two big purple buttons on it, and that you slot in from the top.
Yeah, gray.
Yes.
And it has there's a power
It's
switch
not
on
the
top.
one that had the lift up hood, and you had to.
No.
That's
no.
and to make the game work.
No, I don't remember. I think that might be the original in
That was
Nintendo.
just Nintendo.
Yeah. This is the N64, bro.
Yes. Okay. That makes
So this is even
The
before
gray
the
one.
Cube. Yeah, the gray one.
Yeah.
So we have an N64 that sits behind the TV in the bedroom, and every once in a while I'll pull it out, fire it up, and it still works and plays games.
Yeah.
But
See, they make emulators for those now, though. It's like, what? I would have a hard time.
yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, and we were talking to, I was talking to Mike, while we were, hashtag hi Mike, while we were working on house stuff over there. And
You
he
found
was,
his Pong?
Yeah, and he was like, he's like, Pong. Well, geez, even Mike's too young for Pong, even though he's 40.
That's true. He's old now.
We were talking about like NAS stuff
Mhm.
and backups, like family photos. And he came across a really good solution that allows you to. You're essentially buying your own drives, but it comes with a really nifty UI OS on a chassis. So you put your own amount of disks in it, and the service
Okay.
itself also allows you to, if you have a partner using the same,
A domestic partner?
yeah, it could be. If you have a
Okay.
buddy, a friend, or acquaintance that's also using the same technology, the same brand,
Oh,
or
I
whatever
see.
the product is, you can do off-site backups to each other.
Oh, interesting.
So he could, where I'm sure Angie and him both have metric tonnage of photos and whatnot,
Yeah.
as do we.
Yep.
You could schedule like a once a week, you transfer to each other, and then if something were to happen here at the house, fire, whatnot, natural disaster,
It would be backed up there.
they would have a repository over at Mike's house and vice versa. That conversation had spawned something that had long been a thing for me here, and that was I had NAS. I had 2 like portable hard drives that were in a mirror, jacked in the network, and we had been dumping probably all the way up, probably up till Xander was a small pod of pictures and movies and whatnot on this thing. And I hadn't been paying attention, and one drive in the mirror died, and then the other drive in the mirror eventually died, and it was like, why can't I upload any more pictures of the thing? And the thing had probably been dead for a month plus.
Okay.
So I ended up, at the time, I was more concerned about making sure that we got the data, so I paid like the grotesque amount, hundreds of dollars, to have like a service recover all the pictures. I'm like, never again. Never again. So I bought another current one, and it's in a mirror, and I think I have like Google Drive service. I think I have like a terabyte of like online stuff. And I have been pushing off this like thing to, I need to get off, at least have an off-site version of all my stuff, because now Piper's almost coming up on 16. Xander's coming up 13. Yeah. You know, and it's like, I can't go through another one. There's even, you know, a cascade number of things that could go wrong. And now. And an exponential number of memories that would gone. You know, and I have...
That all got really scary when everything turned digital.
And you know, and we used to do the thing where we would back up to a disc. And I found a stack full of, like, CDRWs while cleaning out part of my network cabinet.
Those aren't big enough anymore.
And I went, I would be sitting here for hours upon hours ripping... It would be easier for me to go buy a bunch of USB sticks and, like... And then now I've got USB sticks, which I probably wouldn't remember the fuck is on them anyway. Like, man, backing up stuff. So this week I finally started dragging stuff over to my Google Cloud and like checking off directories. Like, this is backed up, this is backed up, this is backed up. And there's a lull in there, probably the last, I would say probably Ingress. Maybe 2014, with the advent of smartphones, most of the pictures that we were taking were digital and already on Google Photos or some other like service online thing. So there's a window where most of as soon as I catch up, really I'm done. The sync is done because we're doing stuff, you know, on cameras, and it's like instant put up into the cloud, whether it's, you know, Apple Photos or Google Photos. So at least it's out of sight, out of mind. But do you have something like that, or are you all local to the house?
Most of the backups are local to the house, but we do have, everybody has their own cloud storage for pictures and stuff, so everyone's uploading to Apple servers.
I was going to say, because you've been, I presume, but, you know, being in the Apple ecosystem is probably not all that different from, as long as you've had a smartphone and Android, you've been dumping your stuff probably to the cloud too.
All the stuff that's on the main house PC, though, needs to get moved offline somewhere.
And for the longest time, probably up until we switched from SureWest to Xfinity, was... and this was my like get out of jail card. It was, I would start that directory drag to Google Drive, and my upload was so small that it would drop the rest of the house. It's like no one else could really do anything.
Right.
So if I was working and a 5 gig thing that I had started the night before because our upload was so piss.
Yep.
I would have to stop it, and then I'd be like, well, where did it
finish?
Where did it fit? Fuck.
Where did it stop?
You know, and then it would just like, man, I'm so pissed off about, like, I just wanted to click it and fucking be done with it.
Right.
So then it would be like, well, I'll get to it later. I'll get to it later.
Yeah.
I'll get to it later. And then I have this conversation with Mike, and I'm like, I really got to get on that.
Yeah.
Because
what I'd like to do is
Fuck.
take the drive that we've been using for a backup and pull that off, and we have a fire safe.
Yeah.
Put it in the fire safe and replace that with a new drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then just start using the new drive for backups, let it do that. Now that backup is all over the network. It's hooked up to a base station or a router.
Yeah.
And so the system just does it over the wireless to that thing. But I'd love to get the one that we've been doing a backup to, like, moved off and like, okay, that one's good. Let's start with a new disk and start doing that.
Yeah.
And just keep it in a
And a lot of it, too, is like you almost need like a neutral medium, like a USB stick. Because if...
Oh, yeah.
And a stateless media.
If you move to a new system.
We have wedding videos and whatnot on teeny tiny little fucking cassettes.
Yep.
And it's like, if I were to just take a drive out of my mirror, take the drive out of the mirror and be like, ready to go, and put that in a safe, push come to shove in an emergency, it's like,
how do I hook it up?
Would I be able to, without having to pay arm and leg,
yeah,
to someone like the proprietary, Netgear's proprietary mirroring software, can I just look at what's on here without blah, 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 blah? Maybe.
Yeah.
But do I want to roll that dice? Oh, fuck, now I've got to copy all this over to a USB stick or something like that.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah.
Well, and that's the thing, is that backup is using Apple's, what do they call it? They have a backup utility.
Yeah.
That I can't think of the name of because I don't remember.
iBackup?
No. No.
Come
it's
on.
Called,
You backup?
Apple's
backup service?
No. What is it called? Damn it. Time Machine.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So it uses Apple's Time Machine, and it backs up to that. Now, it's useless unless you have Time Machine to be able to read it back.
Right.
I mean, that could be problematic.
Yeah, it's like the wedding tapes. I'm like, I don't have that cassette player. I don't, and then you're paying a service to, like, here are all my discs. Please rip these to a DVD.
Now, was it last night or the night before? My wife and kids stayed up till 1 a.m. watching old videos of the kids, and we had to pull the camcorder out. It was all on most of them were on DV tapes. So the camcorder, and we had to hook that up to the TV and play it back, but play everything from the camcorder because that's the only thing that can play the DV tapes.
Right.
And then she ran across. We have a bunch of there's mini VHS. It's like a smaller version of VHS that goes in a camcorder.
Yeah.
We have a shitload of those. Well, those you have to put in a VHS adapter to put it in a VCR.
Oh.
We can't find the adapter. So now we have all these like small VHS tapes that we can't play because we can't find we found the box for the adapter.
Oh.
Just not the adapter. So that's kind of we've been looking for that.
Yeah.
And so that was interesting to watch those old videos. It's funny that we're talking about this because it's kind of what's been happening at our house.
Yeah. You were posting your youthful pictures. I'm like, fuck, I don't even know where ours are. I think they're in Piper's, Venus's little chest over here.
Yeah.
But, our material photos. Did you have those scanned, or were you just taking those with your phone?
Just taking them with the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, there's probably a thumb or two in a couple of them. Hold the picture.
We gotta go, because I'm sure the kids would laugh.
Yeah. Well, it was funny to see those pictures because I hadn't seen those in a long time. And my wife was, I don't know, she was looking for something, and she kept being like, oh, look at these pictures. Oh, look at these pictures. Oh, and a couple of them like, oh, these are funny. Snap, and send them to people,
Yeah.
And, but man, my hair was funny, and like one of those pictures was with my mom.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that funny?
I didn't think about who the...
Yeah, the
people
one.
were.
The one. I think I was in a tux with the green tie,
Oh yeah.
and that was my mom with me. So it's kind of funny. I think that was our wedding.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Well, I can't. What else had you been in a tux for?
Yeah, that's it.
Sexy. Yeah. Hey, baby.
But I had long hair, and then there
Yeah.
are pictures of, because my mom cut my hair before the wedding,
Yeah.
and pictures of me getting my hair cut, and then pictures of me after.
See, now you just gotta see. Now we're in this lockdown, cut down.
Yeah.
You can't get a haircut that's any worse than what your mom gave you.
Oh, for sure. But she lives in Arizona.
Right. So
But-
let your wife cut your hair.
Oh, God. She actually did cut Chandler's hair.
Did she?
Yeah.
I keep.
But I
trying
need
to
a
tell-
haircut bad.
I keep telling the boy, I'm like, I'll cut your hair.
He's like,
And
no.
he's like, no. I'm like, no. Yeah, listen.
I think if my
It
wife...
won't be fucking like a weed whacker job. I'll
If we
maybe.
had a decent set of clippers, we have a decent set of hair shears.
yeah.
We have a pretty good set for that.
Yeah.
But what we need is something that has a guard, like a shaver with a number 4 or 5 or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
to like trim up all the sides in the back.
See,
We
yeah.
don't have that.
We used to. Yeah, and when I look for, because I used to not go full bick. I
Yeah.
used to just like with a guard. I had a reasonable set with all of the guards.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to it.
yeah.
But when
Probably
got,
with all your VHS tapes.
probably, I sat Xander down. I'm like, seriously, like here, look, haircuts, and I pulled up something like a couple streamers that he watches. I'm
You're
like,
not skilled, bro.
I'm like, I could do this.
Yeah.
Look, there's like no look.
It
I
ain't
could,
no thing.
I could watch this,
And it'll
He's
grow
like,
back.
Oh yeah.
Who are
Now,
you seeing?
would you like that? Yeah. Who are you worried about? All you wear is a headset, and it's crinkled to fuck your hair anyway.
No one notices when
You-
you're on your
yeah.
your
You
switch.
can't see shit. Seriously.
I mean, I wouldn't care if. I'd
Or-
probably let my wife cut my hair.
Yeah. And so, he's looking at like a couple of things. I'm like, we could do this. He's like, all right. And I get his buy-in, go to Amazon, clippers. Fucking good luck getting clippers.
Oh yeah,
No, ain't happening.
yeah.
Back order, out of stock. It ain't happening. I mean, you can
That's
tell
hilarious.
that we have moved from toilet paper
To hair clip.
to fucking hair clippers, and you could probably set that date by about 2 weeks ago. It was like, well, I got my toilet paper.
Everybody runs into the same shit.
And
they need at the
everyone's
same
hair
time.
after 30 days has
Yep.
gotten so shaggy that they're like, oh. And then the beauticians start posting the how-tos, and then they're like, well, fucking, I got a mirror. Now all I need is go to Amazon here and go fucking wall clippers. Oh, yeah, fucking buy. Be here next week. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And now they're fucking sold out.
Yep.
And, yeah. And now I can't give my son a haircut.
Yeah, we don't have any shears or we have shears. I guess is like scissor shears, but we don't have any
Yeah.
motorized clippers. That's what I would want.
Yeah. And,
Not-
the big funny thing now, too, is the people that have the Flowbees.
Oh yeah, my
Yeah.
my old boss at AJA had the support
I
manager.
think they still sell those.
Yeah,
and
he
that's
has
what's
one.
silly.
He swears by it.
I'm like, fucking Flowbee.
Yeah, you hook it up to the vacuum. It's got a snipper on it, and,
Yeah.
and it has when you suck it up, whatever the length is,
Yeah,
that's what it's going to
there's
cut
a
it to.
standoff. I'm
Yeah.
like,
But it's
Man.
brilliant because it cuts your hair and cleans up for you.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Especially if you're by yourself and you're trying to do it yourself. Yeah, the Flowbee is
just-
for you.
I mean, how do you cut the back of your own head? I mean, if
Well, when it's a trimmer,
yeah, I mean,
you're just-
I guess.
and that it was funny. I pointed this out to my wife.
You're not going to do anything fancy on the back of your own head, though. You're not going to
No.
do a.
But if
a blend
if
or
you've got a
something.
guard, you don't. Well, I don't. And that was the thing. When I shaved my head, I will watch in a mirror as I shave the front of my head.
Yeah.
But when I shave the back of my head, I close my eyes.
So you feel
I
it?
do it all by feel and just
Oh.
wear and touch.
Uh-huh.
Well, feel and touch, same thing. But eyes closed. I can't shave my head
With your eyes open.
with my eyes open. And it's not like I'm looking in the mirror. It's just I'll just close my eyes and just whip through
So
the back.
does it help you imagine in your mind where you've
I think
shaved?
there's like a spatial, like I picture
You can just visually
as
picture
opposed
it
to
better.
like wandering off.
Uh-huh.
And I'll whip through it,
Whip it real good.
I'll shave the back of my head, eyes closed, faster than I shave the front of my head with my eyes open and watching it in a mirror. It's absolutely bizarre.
Hey, I don't know if you knew this, but you're bald.
I am.
You don't have any hair up there.
It's sparse.
Let's talk about Colonel Angus.
Kind of language. Well, you have to strip me of my rank. You have to call me by my given name, Aina Langus.
Just tap me on the head.
Yeah, just tap me. If I overstay my welcome, just tap me on my bald head.
That's funny. But I mean, I don't know. I need a haircut really bad. It's really starting to bug me. I'm beyond where I should be.
Yeah.
I'm beyond it. But the mess that I have up there right now,
Yeah.
I don't trust anyone to do the right thing with it at this point. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I saw.
It'll grow
What
back.
do you pay to have your hair cut?
I don't know, $20.
$20.
Yeah, I go to like Great Clips or something. It's like
I saw
14
something.
or 15
Someone
bucks.
was raising a
a
stink
tip.
about how one of the places that needs to reopen are the salons and the haircut places and nails and whatnot. And
But those are one of the breeding grounds right there. They were one of the worst offenders.
I would, yeah. And someone had taken a shot like, listen, is this really a priority for right now? And some lady who owns a stall in some famous boutique was just like, I make, we're not we're important to the something. I make, I'm a millionaire at something. And people went, what?
Okay.
How much do you charge? What do you charge for a haircut? And someone had found her salon. She charges $200 a haircut.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Chick cuts are way more expensive than
what
dude
is
cuts.
going on there?
I mean,
I remember
as a guy, I can't imagine spending $200 on it. But a woman, with the length and some of the stuff that they do, I could see if depending on who you're getting it from.
I think
I
when I was having all of my hair colored, I think I was up
Blonde?
at 60 to 80. Yeah, blonde.
Okay.
60 to $80. But that was
But the
I was getting a full cut and probably an hour's worth of coloring.
would they color it and then cut it, or cut it and then color it?
Cut it, then color it.
Okay.
And it was the whole cap thing with the
The pull. You get frosted tips.
yeah.
You're one of those guys.
That's why I'm waiting to get into the thing, because you'll see me with fucking bleach blonde top. We got to get into those pictures. Venus will like it.
No, it's funny because
kids will laugh.
Tony, who was one of our guest hosts while you were in the UK.
Yeah.
He is also bald, and when I first met him, he didn't have a lot of hair. He was very thin. He just kind of had a little patch up in the front.
Yeah.
And he would go get his hair cut, and he would talk about how the George, or whatever the guy's name of he would just spend some time up there just snipping the snippers. He goes, I don't even think he's cutting anything.
Yeah.
But he spends time up there, and probably trying to make me feel good.
Yeah.
And so that lasted for a couple years, and then one day
He's just killing time.
he showed up to the office. He just shaved his head. And I remember the owner of the company that we were working at kind of freaked out a little bit, like, what the hell are you doing, man? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you shaved your head? And Tony's just like, yeah, like, screw it. I don't have any hair, so it's easier for me to shave it.
Why
Like,
bother?
Why bother?
Yeah.
And that's just Tony now. He just
Yeah.
he has hardly any hair.
Yeah.
It's not worth for him to like have that. He would rather die in a fiery death than have a comb over or something.
Yeah.
And he just shaves his head.
I can't remember. I think Ian, he's not listening, but if he does, #Ian. I think somewhere late 20s-ish, Ian had shaved his head.
Did he have a lot of hair or not?
He has generally a full head of hair.
Okay,
He's like
so
you. I don't think he
it was
had,
a decision. I just want to shave my head.
shave head.
Yeah.
Shave head. And so that had to have been at least past 2000 because when I was working in Charlotte, I still had a head of hair. So somewhere between 2000 and 2005, he must have shaved his head. And I went, for simplicity's sake, I don't mind. I'll fucking shave my head. So I shaved my head too. And I have not come back from that.
So you shaved it and then you just kept doing it?
And I just kept doing it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that for me had to do with when it would start to grow out, I couldn't stand the in-between stage of looking like a fucking Q-tip.
Okay.
Like, it's not, you can't really shave it into anything that wouldn't make me look like I had a really bad military haircut.
Okay.
Or, you couldn't style it. And so I'm like,
So the in-between state was just too much.
It was too much. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'll go back to zero. And for the longest time, it was just like a buzzer, like a guard. And then it got to the point to where the in-between state of when I would get a chance to buzz clip it with a guard was like, I don't like looking at that either. I'm like, so I just started bicking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
And it looks, now obviously my hairline has gone way back. I don't entertain in any form or fashion a comb over either.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with my, we joke about it, but I don't care about my hairline. It has no bearing on what I think of myself. Or,
well, it's just who you are at this point.
My
for
virility.
Me.
Yeah. I accept it.
Yeah.
And I prefer the look of me being.
Yeah. Clean up top.
Clean shaven.
Yeah.
It looks weird to me when I go 2 weeks or so, a busy week at work, and I miss being able to shave my head or something, and it looks weird to me. Like I can't.
Is it dirtied or?
It just looks like
miskept.
I almost feel older, and it's probably because you could see the hairline. I feel older.
When the
hair starts to come in.
Interesting.
Then it just fucking, rather than dealing with he's so old he's balding. Yeah, I'm like, I don't mind. I'll just shave it.
Does your dad have a lot of hair?
Yeah, he has it's thin.
Does it come from your mom or your dad?
I thought it was a mother's side.
Okay.
I'm not 100%. I thought it was a mother's side.
All right.
But my dad has a thinned, fuller head of hair.
That was like my grandfather had full head of hair, but it was
silver,
thinner.
And my grandpa has roughly the same kind of head of hair as my grandpa did. Silver, thin, but and a visible coming back hairline, but not too bad. My uncle is way, way back, probably like me. And he, but it looks. And he's letting it go out, so it looks weird to me. Just fucking let it go.
Just shave it. Yeah, I mean, growing up, my hair was it was weird. It's gone through changes. It started out, I had fairly blondie-ish straight hair for a long time when I was young.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, it kind of darkened up and then started getting curly. And it was everything I could do to try and mitigate the curls. I had pretty hard wave in my, when you're parting it and brush, you would have pretty hard wave in it, and that always irritated me because you couldn't do anything with it. You couldn't style it out. It was just there.
Yeah.
And so I always kind of hated that. And then as I got older, I just sort of learned to embrace the curl of it and just was like, screw it. I kind of curly,
I'm just taking it.
Yeah, now I'm just going to let it grow out, and then the curls will be that's the way it is.
And it is what it is.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've had long hair. I kind of have long hair now, but I've had really long. You saw that one picture.
Yeah.
I had really long hair at one point, and that was not a good look for me, for sure. But I'm, like right now, my hair is just too damn long.
Yeah.
I enjoy like the tight curl stuff when it's a little shorter.
Yeah.
Right now, it's unwieldy, and I don't like that.
I will say though, when my dad turned 70, April, at the end of April, 20s-ish. So we social distancing. We took him up a bundt cake and we set it on the porch, and he came out and he would the first time I've ever seen my dad with a beard.
Oh, okay.
My beard is better than my dad's beard.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty thin. It reminded me of. Have you seen the last Terminator movie?
It probably would remind you of me if I ever let the hair on my face grow out.
Because it's silver. So I hope I get the silver that he has. It reminded me a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger in the last Terminator movie where he's grandpa'd out. Mm-hmm. A little bit thinner. Okay. And I went, oh, fucking. I mean, it looked good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I got you beat.
That's
I mean,
funny.
you got more hair here, but you're thin, fucker.
Dude, I got nothing on my face. Like
I got to remember to tell that to Brett. Ask Brett.
It just starts to look dirty. I don't have enough hair to make any coverage, so it just starts to look dirty.
Yeah, everyone. I mean, even mine, I think, is thin compared to some of the people I know.
I remember this guy in high school. I think his name was Brent. And we're like sophomores in high school, full beard.
Oh yeah, yeah,
full beard, dude.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, that kid's got some.
Piper has a friend who same like.
Yeah.
If he doesn't keep it clean, you would think he's a teacher or something. He'll beard out like on a snap.
Oh, it's crazy.
Like, well, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can go 2 weeks. And it just starts to look shaggy and dirty. And it's just like
hobo.
Yeah. And I look at myself and go, I just need to shave. And my wife will be like, you need to shave that. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
sorry.
Well, then you don't get to have that shock face when you come out of the bathroom and it's like clean. Unlike the kid, like Piper and Venus the other day when I got the mustache really, really close.
Uh-huh.
And it was just like,
what did you do?
I remember doing that. Ingress. I did it at some Ingress thing, and I showed up. It was a Vernon build. And I showed up, and Angie and Sarah. I think I had shaved my mustache all the way off. And I came up. We were parked at the Starbucks there at the Vernon, where we would meet Starbucks, and walked up, and both of them were just like, "Mm-mm."
Oh, really?
Mm-mm. It was hilarious. I went, "Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up." My Ingress teammates are like, "Mm-mm, mm-mm."
You fucked up, son.
Yeah, fucked up.
Just put. Do you have any glue?
Yeah.
Just tape it.
I'll
glue
just
it back on. Yeah.
It was quite funny. I'm like, okay, note to self. Watch the mustache length.
I mean, literally, I shave once a week, if that. I might go 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I just don't have there's not a lot of hair. It doesn't grow very fast. It's growing faster as I get older.
Yeah.
But it doesn't grow very fast. There's not a lot of it.
Yeah.
It just looks dirty, so I end up
God.
And I just fucking hate shaving anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just spend an extra couple minutes in the shower and shave in the shower. Mostly my legs.
You ever shave your legs?
No.
Dude.
What?
Are we going to go there? We're too close on time.
Are we?
Yeah.
You shave your legs?
I have.
Oh.
I would do it if I had that kind of time. You ever seen a woman shave? You ever seen Shan shave her legs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've been married a long time.
Maybe you don't. Maybe you're like, you do your business in there.
Hey, whatever, lady.
I have shaved my head since at least 20 years of shaving my head.
Mm-hmm.
I could not shave my head as fast as I've seen Venus shave her legs.
Uh-huh.
It's like watching a barber just doing the strops on the leather strap, like taking the straight razor, like going like, or fucking Gordon Ramsay and like, it's like, yeah, that's for sharpening the shit. That's not for cut. You don't cut the fucking steak that way.
Yeah.
And to watch Venus,
okay,
like normally because the tub is small.
Yeah.
No, it not a recent thing, but this, normally it's like, well, if you're shaving there, I'm going to give you the space. I'm done. Well, I'll get out, and if we're doubling up, save water, whatever, or having shenanigans, who knows? Anyway,
what?
So I'll give her the space, and there was one, years and years back. I'm like, well, I'm not. I condition or something, whatever. I'm in there while she starts to get to work.
Okay.
And the fucking speed in which she's like, she soaps up her legs, and she gets her razor out, and she like sets the fucking thing up there, and she's like,
zip.
What? And I went, oh my God, slow the fuck down.
Oh.
It was fucking scary.
Wow.
I would not trust that woman with a kitchen knife, a steak knife.
A dull one?
A dull one. To move anywhere close to that speed in the kitchen. But with the fucking razor, go nuts.
Hey, it's her own legs.
And I can't tell you the last time I ever heard her go, fuck, I nicked. They got nothing.
Amazing.
But I have never seen, I was like, okay, you need to slow. Like, what are you going so fast for?
Yeah.
I'm like, slow it down. Take it easy. Yeah, it blew my mind. And if you've never seen a woman shave her legs, or maybe
I don't think Shan's that fast. I mean,
Venus
she's
just
quick, but
whips it, and then doing her pitch, she'll like, it's a different speed. But like when she is like whipping through her legs, it is like Jesus Christ.
She's got a lot of space to cover.
IndyCar there, Jesus.
I mean, she's got to get it done, man.
Good.
I don't want to be doing this all day.
Take it easy. God. Yeah.
That's funny. No, I don't think I've ever seen that behavior.
She's not that
whippish.
Quick.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's fast.
Let's put it this way. My wife's the kind of person where she won't use a regular kitchen knife. She uses steak knives to cut everything.
Yeah.
So
smart lady.
Well, no, I mean, I'm of the opinion that you use the right tool for the right job.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and a nice chef's knife or whatever, those are the right tool for the right job, right?
Yeah.
Most of the time in the kitchen, depending on what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're not slicing tomatoes. We have this conversation all the time.
Yeah.
But you're not slicing tomatoes with a steak knife. You know what I mean?
Well, sometimes they're really good.
No.
Like the serrated.
No, don't. Ours is serrated, but don't do it.
Don't do it?
No. It's just...
We're going to talk about...
I think it's more dangerous.
Of wives. So happy Mother's Day. I hope you came out on the other end.
Yeah,
How was your Mother's Day?
We didn't even get to that. Were we out of time?
We're at 57.
Oh, okay.
Plus padding of...
We had an interesting Mother's Day. It was a good Mother's Day. We ended up having a social distance Mother's Day at her parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
And we went up there, and we brought food up for dinner. And we ate in the garage, like 8 feet apart from each other.
Yeah.
And like talked across the garage.
Yeah.
It was cool. We had a good time. We hadn't seen them in like fucking 2.5 months or whatever.
Yeah. Adapted.
Yeah.
We can do it. It's okay.
There was some trepidation. Like Shan's brother decided he had been to X number of stores and a couple, like a physical therapy appointment and some other stuff. And he was like, I don't know where I've been. I mean, I know where I've been, but I don't know who I've been around, and I'm not comfortable coming up and being around you guys.
I can respect that,
Oh,
though.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not comfortable. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I mean,
happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
You can still,
Yeah,
I don't know. I have nothing but respect for that.
yeah. So he was very tepid about it, and so I was like, okay. But we went up and kind of sat at our table, and they had it all set up. They sat at their table, and then we just had a long conversation.
See, and there'll be a story there.
Yeah.
Like this, there's an opportunity for down the road for a crazy story about Mother's Day 2020.
Yeah.
Certainly, as we're coming up on Memorial Day and 4th of July are going to be...
I don't think those stories are going to end anytime soon. I
don't think so either,
We're
but...
in for it for a little while.
But,
Yeah.
to be blasé and flippant about it
Yeah.
and not address it as an opportunity to do something
Different or...
kooky.
Yeah.
Ours were the same. Normally we'll do, we've talked about this before, like in our house, it's, what do you want? It's like a,
Oh, yeah.
the Father's Day kind of thing is like the kitchen's open.
Yeah.
You know, whatever I make that's your favorite dish, if you want it, I'll make it.
Yeah.
Or if you want, macoonies or something, that's what we get. Whatever your menu is, the other parent is making it happen, and the kids are subsequent. So I had bought a chef's jacket. I was all in it this year. A chef's jacket and a chef hat.
Yeah.
And I asked them, Monday, Tuesday of last week, I'm like, I need to know your menu for Mother's Day. And if it's nothing, on prior Mother's Days, she's gone out and done something with her mom. Obviously, in this instance, that wasn't going to happen. So there are instances where this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Or it's a meal. But in this case, we're all locked down. We're all here. I'm like, I'll turn the day into essentially a restaurant and make it a thing. We'll do it as a thing. So I got her menu, what she wanted. In the morning, she wanted an English breakfast.
Yeah.
As best as I could get it. And French toast. So I got up, I prepared all that stuff. I had the smoker running early in the morning, so that way there was a wafting of smoke, because mommy likes to smoke. So we had the English breakfast, the French toast, and then for lunch, the second meal, she just wanted like a charcuterie tray. So I got salamis and soprasadas and whatnot.
Cheese
and smoked some, but not all of it. And then had that and a bunch of like, antipasta stuff. We did that for lunch-ish. Yeah. And then I put back on, anytime I was in the kitchen serving.
Chef coat.
I put my apron on, my chef jacket, and my chef hat. What can I get for you? I had a little sign made that was Lord Foo's Bistro.
Yeah.
And I had my little twinkly lights, fairy lights on it, and Xander decorated it with little baby Yoda.
Oh, that's cool.
And then for dinner, which she didn't have anything for dinner, so I'm like, I'll make something up. So I did the Philly steak. So I cut the ribeyes really thin, and the banana peppers. So we essentially did Philly cheesesteaks. She will just eat like the fixins, not necessarily in the sandwich. The fixins are good enough on their own with the onions and the peppers and the ribeye. She just ate that, but the kids got it too. I made a fruit bowl.
Okay.
That looked like a flower with apples and strawberries.
Oh, nice.
It was really cute. I don't even know if we got a picture of it.
Did you learn how to do that on the internet somehow, or
no? That one I just did.
You knew how to do?
Yeah,
you just figured it out.
I just did it.
Nice.
I can only hope that she enjoyed her day. As her co-parent and husband.
Yeah,
I certainly appreciated everything that she does as a mommy. I think she's a fantastic mommy.
Yeah.
# I love you, mommy. So I hope everything went as she would hoped.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy cooking.
Oh,
so
I do too.
It worked out. It's almost I don't not look forward to it, because it's like I don't have to worry about doing anything else all day. I don't have to worry about yard work. I don't have to worry about anything. If she wants to, and she did, she's like, look, we're going to get on the Xbox and shoot aliens in the face. I'm like, absolutely. Whatever you want to do.
I'm down.
I'll help you run strikes, whatever you want to do. But to meal plan and to just have to worry about cooking a thing that she wants perfectly, like, yeah, that's my jam.
Yeah.
Okay, shit.
Nice.
I don't have to get in the attic and pull cables or fucking get out and mow the lawn. Hell yeah,
Right.
I'll cook a fucking French toast. Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
I think I got the
cool.
good end.
Yeah. Well, I like cooking too, so
Yeah.
I gotta challenge myself in the kitchen more often though, because I always surprise myself. Like, damn, I just pulled that off. I don't know how.
Yeah.
And
a lot of times it's not that hard.
Mm-mm.
It's, that's why I really like the Gordon Ramsay cookbooks and whatnot. It's like a lot of those dishes you think, oh, Michelin stars, and he's a famous chef. It's
They're
like,
way simple.
They're way simple.
Yeah.
Way simple.
Yeah.
Way simple.
Absolutely. Well, good. I'm glad you guys had a good Mother's Day.
Yeah.
We didn't end up getting home until after 10. We were sitting around talking. It's like, oh shit, I need to go home. I got to get up in the morning.
I got to work.
Yeah.
Mother's Day and Father's Day should be on a Saturday.
Ideally, the fact that it's on a Sunday is just really bizarre.
It takes away from my ability to get
inebriated.
Shit-faced. Yeah, I'll say it, shit-faced.
Well, you could start Saturday and carry it on into Sunday, and then...
Not that enjoying the day involves getting hammered, but it could. And you can't really... I mean, I have to work.
Yeah.
In most cases.
Yeah. And pretty much all the cases.
Yeah. Well,
someone's got to pay the bill.
Yeah, someone's paying the bills. We're at time now.
Oh, okay. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
It happens every show.
Every show, somewhere towards the end,
there
begins an end.
You just sounded like a song from Matchbox 20 or some shit. I don't even know what the...
What?
Who the hell? Yeah, I don't know.
Rob Thomas?
Is it a prison?
Is it a prison?
I don't even know. Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
We can wrap it up.
Well, then we'll catch you next week.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. We really appreciate it. Tell a friend, and we hope you enjoy the show.
I hope you're doing okay. We'll catch you next week.
See you later.